My friends, I haven't been on a stream in quite some time now because Bitcoin hasn't done anything in quite some time. Well, now I'm starting to see some interesting developments pop up in the chart that we need to pay close attention to. So, looking at it from a weekly time frame, we're still in this entire like consolidation phase. If you look at it, we had the run up, we had a force back down, a pump, which got pushed into a greater pennant style formation that has lasted for nearly a year at this point. And so Bitcoin has become very interesting as of the last week and a half, 2 weeks, right? So what we've seen is a lot of consolidation in this range, which is, what we would want to see when it comes down to coming down from a breakdown and looking for a new area of support. And so over the past couple of weeks, we've been really respecting this $39,200 level here. And that has been my point of control as I've been telling my Discord group. We've been, tracking this level for a couple of months now. My thing is that we need to be able to break multiple weekly candles above this level, sustain them in order to really, take a rip to the upside. And so if we look here, I have some interesting things to look at. And I'll say it, that way kind of bluntly, right? Like after a downtrend, you generally want to see a V-shaped recovery. Oftentimes, a move down and a consolidation tends to lead to the downside. And forgive my messy drawings. I don't care. But you get the picture here. We've been moving sideways for well over 2.5, maybe going on 3 months, and with these lines have been various support and resistance levels flipped. And so we have been in a consolidation pattern that is ready to explode here soon. So if you zoom out, we're looking at on the weekly time frame a big pennant, right? That's generally a continuation pattern. But what I'm seeing here is a potential that Bitcoin could take a nice little plunge if we cannot close this weekly candle above $41,300, right? Granted, today's Monday. We're already, well above that level. You can see it here marked in this green line. You can see we got rejected off of this level, and then we had a little pop. And I know that red is a little bit hard to see, but you can see over here with my targets, you can see the different levels that I've been looking at over the past couple of months because they have been very significant, as you can see, as various points of resistance and support flips. And so, we're trying to break out of this. The real sign for me that the bullish market is back on is a strong break above, we're going to call it, 48,000 and sustain here, and then hopefully consolidate and then rip to the upwards resistance of this macro pattern. But in this smaller pattern, we're seeing like a little bear flag here. And, bear flags are generally bearish and tend to lead to moves to the downside. Well, here I'm seeing, some good reactions in the price action, some fundamental news coming in, another major firm bought in, big whoop. But now we have some concerning things to look at is that I want to bring in the TSI, which is the true strength indicator. And essentially what this has done it has really called, macro swings on the major time frame. So, dating all the way back, let's go back to, ooh, that looks horrible. But if you look at, 2013, we had a cross to the downside, had a nice little consolidation level. I really hate how my Keltners have really done this. Let me get rid of my Keltners real quick. All right, so now we can see. So going back over to the 2013 time frame, you can see we had a nice little cross to the downside, which led to a nice little bear market consolidation until we crossed to the upside, and then that led to a nice little bullish pump, right? All fine and dandy, right? And, with this indicator, we're really looking for multiple areas where we can see that this indicator has performed in the past, right? And so, you see a little cross here. We went down. Cool. Then we can see over here, we had a bullish cross. It didn't time the exact bottom because the exact bottom was over here. But it did give us a good long entry to hop in for a mega ride up in through the 2017 bull market, as you can see. Anytime that this line has become, how should I say, bearish, it is when it passes below this dotted white line. The red, let me explain this indicator a little bit. The blue line is the bullish line. The red line is the bearish line, right? So it measures the strength and momentum of the move. And so if you look at the bullish momentum, when it crosses to the upside, we get an upwards push. When we see a red line cross down below the blue, we get a bearish move. And anytime that it is below this dotted white line here, we generally have a sustained bear market, right? And so we were able to cross above this white dotted line, and then that was when we got back above the ribbons and made that epic run up to $19,000/$20,000, right? Then we had a downside cross, which led into a nice, what we would have considered a healthy correction. But here we had an issue, right? We crossed below the dotted white line. And so in crossing below that dotted white line, we had a series of lower highs which formed into a descending triangle, which eventually broke. And then in that break, we saw the bullish line get rejected from the bearish line, and then we went into a sustained bear market for several months. Once we got back above this dotted white line, guess what? We had a nice little rip to the upside. And then we had a nice little cross here. And then look what we have here. A nice little drop to the downside. And then with this downside move, which was the COVID crash, you can see that it wanted to come up cross bullishly, but due to global economic situations, people were panicking about, hoarding cash and things like that. We took that plunge deep down into the crypto abyss here. All fine and dandy, right? Once we got back above this dotted white line, guess what? Mega run up to the $65,000 top. Absolutely remarkable, right? We saw a nice cross here, had a correction. We went down 50%. We went slightly below the white line, got right back above it, and then next thing you know, we took a nice 100% rip to a new all-time high. Loving it, right? But look what we have here. Another cross. And in that cross, guess what? That was when we saw that bear flag break down. But now, look what we have. The dotted white line. We're back across it, right? So now the question is what are we going to do from here? Are we going to keep moving sideways and try to fight our way back up, or are we going to continue to plunge down deep into the crypto abyss? Only time will tell. These indicators are not 100% accurate, but they really give us a clue into what we can really expect in the next couple of weeks to a couple of months. One thing that will give me a little bit of hopium here is that the bulls are really trying to bring some momentum back into this chart. You can see that they're trying to make a push to cross again here, and then hopefully we can rip back up to the upwards resistance. Now, what would scare me here on the macro time frame is a potential head and shoulders pattern forming. That would be the left shoulder. This would be the head, and then the right shoulder will probably come in, right in here. So this would be a good place to take some profits, exit out, because if this thing turns into a massive head and shoulder pattern, we're going to be looking probably down in this range to be quite honest, right? We're going to be looking back below the all-time high. Even though, if you've been following this channel, I don't believe Bitcoin ever gets back below its previous all-time high. So the line in the sand could honestly be in this range, right? Which is that old $20,000 level, which is still, a little bit over a 50% correction, which would, shake a lot of people out of their positions, open up a lot of free Bitcoin for these whales to take advantage of and buy for cheap. You know, Bitcoin is just in an interesting situation here. This is a massive consolidation pattern. What we would love to see out of a price discovery style situation and hopes to rip to the upside, but we have to respect some of these technical indicators that we're seeing, especially if we look at this volume, right? Like, look at how significant this volume was in the craze compared to how the volume has just been dead for the past couple of weeks and months. So it's just like, Bitcoin, tell us what you're going to do. And then from there, we can bet on whether we're going to go up or going to go down. So we're going to be looking to either A, protect our investments, take profits, or B, we're going to end up having to have a nice mega pump. And then, of course, Grandma Joe is going to be at the kitchen table talking about her Dogecoin again. So taking a look at what's going on the daily, we can see that currently, this daily candle hasn't closed yet, but it's hit my little downwards resistance line to a T, right? One thing about me, you'll notice I rarely remove lines because I like to see the performance of the different levels that I see, and then it helps me guide my way through the next couple of weeks to a couple of months to see where prices are going to, ping pong around in areas of supports and resistance. I really like what I'm seeing from a daily time frame by trying to, take out this local high. The real test will be if we can take out this confluence of highs, and that will require us to get above my blue box of doom that has been knocking us down for quite some time. So if we can get back up here, I do believe that we would break and have the momentum to get to the upside, whether it's through a massive short squeeze or, people getting bullish all of a sudden. But we also got to talk about the downside. If we see this $37,000 and $36,000 mark get taken out, in that first 10 days of April, we could be seeing some issues here and be expecting, a further push to the downside. But out of this, what I would like to see is a break below, a retest, maybe some little consolidation below resistance, and then finally a rejection back down towards 30,000. So just keep that on your radar. Really appreciate you all staying in touch, and I really appreciate those that ticked the bell and subscribed and followed all of my channels. I know that I've been quiet as of late. I've been quiet because I've been really focused on getting our Discord members high value. You can see that we're up to 78 members here. You can see some of the things that we talked about, my line in the sand at 40,590. Talk about close the week above 39,200 to get me excited. Well, guess what? We closed that weekly above 39,200. We also are seeing some real strong bullish indicators. I'm not going to scroll down and, reveal that stuff, but, we got a lot of education and information over here. And, we're super excited to continue to provide all of this to our members. I even got some of my favorite crypto Twitter analysts on here. So I like to really follow them and, provide that to the team. I'll be adding more soon. I found a couple more analysts. I really like their analysis, but, being able to stay in touch with the market, be able to hop into, our altcoin analysis. We were able to catch Luna before the major pump to all-time high. We were able to catch AVATs. We were able to catch a lot of these coins and provide very valuable targets to our students and our customers. Fundamental analysis, we're on top of all of the news and making sure that we're calling out the news that matters here, that will give you some good indications on where the market could possibly go. Altcoin gems, discovering new altcoin gems that have high push and promise. We have the trade room where we're diving into trades. Oftentimes, we'll have like live trades. You can see this one demonstrates like a trailing stop loss kind of deal. Trying to get the community trading with us, get them going so that they can make good profits as well, not just, holding and stuff like that. But definitely check us out at jeremyknox.com/membership. You can also get to that through the Hive Mind link on the site. Make sure you sign up. Prices are going up soon. We've had a major influx of students lately, getting a lot of raving reviews and testimonies. Everyone is loving the content. So that's giving me the fuel and the inspiration to continue pushing all of this stuff out. So, if you really enjoy this content, definitely tap into us by staying in tune with all of our social media. And whenever you're ready to take that dive and really get good with crypto, the Hive Mind will be here to assist you with that. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate it. Until we talk again, I'll be back most likely if we see some type of drama out of the Bitcoin price action. Of course, altcoins are going to be doing what they do. I reserve that generally for the Hive Mind group so that, they can have the right tools that they need to make strong investment decisions. And I'm super excited for the new customers and students that are going to come into the Hive Mind. We have a lot of interest from the public. We have some governments that are really trying to jump onto our education platform. Our books have been really changing our students' lives. Our courses have been awesome. As you can tell, we got a whole education suite here that cover a lot of topics, including metaverse, NFT, DeFi, trading psychology, charting. We got our ebooks in here. We got our beginner series, our Bitcoin 100. And then, of course, you can ask me questions live down here. So definitely take advantage of that right now while prices are cheap. Once membership eclipses 100 members, we're going to be shooting up to 150, and then we'll eventually settle around $200 a month for membership. So anything you get now, you'll get locked in for the life of your subscription. So make sure you lock in and stay as long as possible, because these prices are going to keep going up as more content keeps getting pushed out. More experts are signing on day by day. We're getting, we have our metaverse expert in there. We have an NFT expert in there, DeFi expert. So I'm super pumped to, really get our community growing, especially getting ready for the next phase of this market. Whether we go up or down, we're going to succeed in this market. So definitely stay tuned. I'm super excited with what Bitcoin is doing. You can see, one last thing is that, our daily ribbon has turned green, but it doesn't mean that it's going to, stay up for a long time, because we saw, a green turn there, and now we got another one, fourth time. I don't know. Third time's a charm. I don't know what the fourth time is, but hopefully that's the miracle. But until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Knox coming on just to really give you a quick update on some things that I was seeing inside of the chart. I'll talk to you later. Peace.